Welcome to a special episode of Calming the Chaos, where we're going live on YouTube to try and find peace in the chaos of a Dungeons and Dragons world. I'm Anka, the Tiefling, and I'll be your host today. And along together with the rest of my Dungeons and Dragons guild, we'll be going on an adventure and demonstrate how we, as a guild, handle chaos in the Dungeons and Dragons world. Now remember, this is not a substitute for counseling or psychotherapy. It's just a chance for us to have fun while learning how to handle chaos in a Dungeons and Dragons world. Thanks so much for tuning in. And now, let the chaos begin. Well, hello, I'm Anka the Tiefling, and here we are live doing a Dungeons and Dragons Calming the Chaos stream. Isn't this exciting? We are going to learn how to combat chaos in a Dungeons and Dragons world. If nobody knows what a Tiefling is, I actually don't really either. I do know that my Tiefling has spiky hair and some horns and a badass necklace and some gloves. And they like stabbing things, robbing things, and being deceitful. And so maybe the Dungeon Master can come up and explain a little bit more. I'm going to introduce our Dungeon Master. And so be patient with me because I'm having to operate a lot of things in the background. My character is Anka. And here I am. Here's our Dungeon Master's character. It's played by Tim. I'm going to go ahead and bring Tim up into the stream. Welcome, Tim, Dungeon Master. Please be kind.
Good morning.
Good morning.
As you can see, I have de-aged myself a little bit, so I'm not as old as that picture portrays me to be.
Yes, you're in a barbarian village, it seems like.
I know. Hey, I forgot to send you one document we talked about, so I'll send that to you now. Hopefully
Just
you
adding
can...
to the chaos.
I know. It's all about adding to the chaos, and how do we handle that? So,
Yeah, by actually thanking Windows that I can open up a screen and get an email from you, I guess. So I will be waiting for that. Can you tell me a little bit more about what Tieflings do, and then introduce yourself as a Dungeon Master? What does a Dungeon Master do?
well, basically, the Dungeon Master kind of controls the narrative of the story. He explains things, kind of sets the picture. If nobody's ever played Dungeons and Dragons, it's really a lot of imagination. You use your own imagination. I try and paint as detailed a picture as I can, but obviously you're going to come up with the specifics. I might describe a room or a village like the picture behind me. This is very detailed, but the way I would explain it, I would say there's a tall building here, and there's another building over here, and it would be your imagination that kind of describes what it is. I'll describe the characters that are in the room, but a lot of things you are imagining yourself. And so that's kind of how that will go out. It's up for the party to determine what their actions are going to be. And there's a lot of dice rolling to determine if what they want to do actually happens or if something else happens. So that's sort of the role of the Dungeon Master. I can change the rules, so don't mess with me. And that's sort of how it works.
Nice. And I see some people that are in the chat right now, and I thank you for being there. I see Jeanette, I see Mark, and I see Shalima. And thank you so much for being with us. And I see Carol Henderson.
Yes.
Who just happens to be my mom. Yeah. All right. So thanks for explaining that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to introduce Edgar. And Edgar is the person who I really like as a guest because they appeared on a stream of mine before. And this is a therapist who, actually Edgar is not a therapist, but the person who's playing Edgar is a therapist who uses Dungeons and Dragons in her work with tweens and teens. This is what Edgar looks like. He's 12 years old. And we're going to go ahead and introduce Katie Lear, who is going to introduce her character, Edgar. Welcome, Katie, to Coming the Dungeons and Dragons.
Hi. I have just ascended to another plane of existence. That intro was the best. It was very exciting for me. Yeah.
I saw you waving your hands in the green room, and you were like cheering me on.
It was such a delight. I had not expected you to go this hard, and I'm so glad that you did. So fun.
Yeah, I know. It's so great. And one of the things is about working so hard on a stream in the background and all the YouTube and the promotion and everything is that you really think I've gone through all this hard work and it's just going to fall on its ass. But hopefully it won't. You guys will keep me situated and organized. So tell us a little bit about Edgar.
Yeah. So Edgar is a 12-year-old halfling boy sorcerer. He has the urchin background. So Edgar's backstory is that he was orphaned early in life and left at a sort of miserable orphanage home. And he is a wild magic sorcerer. So around kind of puberty age, he started getting these unexpected, uncontrollable bursts of magic that he had not anticipated and could not control, was eventually kicked out of his orphanage for being disruptive and not in control of his magical abilities. So he's developed a little bit more control since that time, but there's still sort of an element of chaos to his magic, which sometimes is not fully controllable. So like a notable thing about Edgar is that he has eyeballs in the palms of his hands from a backfired spell a while back that he could have reversed but opted to keep because it's been kind of a fun party trick for him.
Party trick? Yeah. Don't we just love party tricks around here?
Oh, yeah. That was from Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of Pan's Labyrinth action there. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Well, our next character that we are going to introduce is Father Hans. And this is being played by Pastor Mark, who's actually in the chat too. So it's kind of a little bit of a stretch to do the YouTube chat and also be on StreamYard, but I think I'm trying to manage it. And thank you, Father Hans, for not only being a mod, but for being here today and with us. This is Father Hans. Look at this, what he can do with his hands, and I'm sure he can do very much more. But we won't go into that. That's for the nighttime after hours stream.
Sorry, children.
Let's go ahead now and introduce Father Hans. Welcome to Calming the Chaos.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I am Father Hans. I'm a 19-year-old human. I am a pastor in real life. So I figured how apropos to wear the chasuble today. But yeah, I'm just a human, and I keep the serenity in the group and try to keep them all from not being too aggressive. Although from our last dungeon, you wouldn't have gotten that from me. But that's me. I'm a human. I have a little horse that I ride. I forget. I think he's a war horse I have.
Wow.
But that's me, and I use my hands. But I was told I can't be touching everybody today from the DM.
Yeah, well, we don't want any inappropriate touching, but if one of us gets injured, of course you can heal us.
That's for our up late at night D&D episodes.
Yeah, we need to do maybe a D&D after hours. That would be kind of fun.
Where do I watch that stream? Yeah.
Hey, it took enough to plan this one, you know what I mean?
Beers, wines, and shots.
Beers, wines, and shots.
So Alt-Tab will be my friend today.
You have a draft horse is what you have.
Yes, draft horse.
Yes, yeah. And not beer, but draft. Okay.
Awesome. Yes. All right. So then now we have our next character who happens to be Owen, who is a wizard. This is Father Hans' twin brother, which they look nothing alike in their characters, but in real life they are actual identical twins. And so Scott can be a little bit of a trickster, so I'm a little scared. The last time he messed with me pretty good, and I'm going to try and be a little bit more wise to him this time. He always pulls something on me. He's a little prankster, and he's my brother-in-law. Welcome, Owen, Scott, to Calming the Chaos. Oh, and of course.
My bad. Just always sitting around a campfire. That's what I like to do. Staring at the stars, just thinking about all the magic that's around us. I'm Owen. I'm a high elf wizard. I'm 101 years old. I was abandoned as a kid. I've never known my parents, and that's my whole life. I've been searching for answers to the questions like who was my father, who was my mother, traveling from one town to another, making friends, friends who any friend I've made is considered family. I've heard rumors that I may have an identical twin. I've heard stories that my parents only met once and gold was exchanged. Yeah, so these are the questions that I seek to have answers for.
Were you ritualistically put into a burlap bag and whipped?
Yep.
No,
Pretty
sorry.
standard.
Wow.
Sorry, that's
You've
Austin
That was
heard
out
Powers.
there.
stories.
Yes.
Sorry,
Oh,
that's Austin Powers. I'm getting my stories mixed up.
don't
Okay.
make me recite the whole monologue because I can't.
Oh my gosh, seriously.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
You have
See-
found the right person for your vintage Austin Powers. Yeah.
Oh,
I told you she
don't
was
make me
cool.
break out. Don't make me break out the Austin Powers costume.
I might just add at this point that until this morning, none of us except for me has met Katie, and I knew she would fit right in to our guild. And so we do have one more character to introduce, although these are the only people you'll be seeing on screen. The last character we want to keep in our guild because he needs to continue to earn points and all that other stuff. And so if I go ahead and flash his face on the screen, can somebody, Dungeon Master or Scott or somebody, describe Thokk?
So this is Thokk, and Tracy and Scott, or Owen and Anka, will be handling his actions. He is a half-orc fighter, not very smart. She's got him listed as a half-elf, but I think he's half-orc. He's very powerful, extremely strong, but aside from that, not a whole lot to say. He did retrieve a magical longsword from their last adventure, so he does have, I think, other than Owen, the only magic item in the group, unless Edgar has something. So, yes, he's very tall, he's very strong, very powerful. That's what he brings.
Nice. All right. So Scott and I will be alternatively rolling our dice for Thokk. All
My
right.
mount, his name is Pix, Pyx.
Your
For those
mount.
of you who don't know, a Pix is a religious item that priests will use to hold the Eucharist when they go to bring communion home to the sick who are home and can't make it to church. So I figured how apropos that he carries stuff, so I figured my mount, who will be carrying stuff for me, will be named Pix.
Hey, there's no bonus points for these $5 words here, okay?
All right.
Apropos and...
This is their own little hellfire group.
Pix and
If you watch Stranger
Chasuble.
Things, you understand the word for that.
Right, right. All right, so let's get this party started. So
Get
we're
this
gonna
party started.
we're gonna be playing like the big leagues, like the people who are celebrities that try and play Dungeons and Dragons online. We are attempting to do that now. We will hand it over to the Dungeon Master so that he can introduce us to our adventure. Take it away, Dungeon Master.
All right, well, first off, thanks everybody for showing up, and yes, let's get started. Before this adventure began, you all received a letter. And the letter read, "My dear friend, it has been too long since our last gathering, such a long time ago that I am afraid this note finds you at my end times. This world is a harsh place, and as you know, I have lived this life to its extremes, hence the urgency of this letter. Upon my last adventure, I ran into a bit of a mess with a nasty bunch, and I believe that my best days lay behind me. You see, I was tasked with retrieving a valuable amulet for the local parish. I believe the cleric there called it the Amulet of Faith. Now, I have no idea if it's magical or not, but what I do know is that the cleric there will pay handsomely for its return. Whilst I was scouting for this amulet, I happened upon some sort of a key to opening a doorway to a secret hideout. Unfortunately, it seems in my haste, it must have fallen out of my satchel while I was engaged with some foul orcs. This would be along the route to the entrance as I was retreating as quickly as I could. A couple of notes to be mindful of. I have also sent this letter to some of my other long-lost friends, so don't be surprised if others show up to the rendezvous location. Secondly, your party may not be the only ones looking for the amulet. As always, be well, and may the stars keep you safe at night. Yours truly, Adolf Benjamin III. So as you all received this via courier, you all, for some strange reason, recollect this gentleman sometime in your past. Some of you have had longer engagements, some of you very brief. As Edgar, being such a young child, he does recall at some point in time running some sort of into Adolf. But he obviously remembers you all. So as you all received this letter, you knew that the place to be is in a town. So the favorite meeting place that you all remember Adolf meeting you at was in the small town of Baltonvale, usually at the Snapping Turtle Tavern. So that is where you all have gone to. You've all traveled to Baltonvale and have entered the tavern, the Snapping Turtle Tavern. There you encounter the barkeep. His name is Yellen, or Yallen. He's an old elf who knew Adolf for more than 20 years. You recall his name and likeness from your memories with Adolf. While striking up a conversation with this gentleman, he lends some clues as to where he may have been. So as each of you enters in, most of you recognize each other from previous adventures. Obviously, Anka and Thokk, Father Hand and Owen. And then Edgar enters, strikes up a conversation with the barkeep. You all five overhear this, four, and the five of you, or five of you, that's right, are now in conversation with the barkeep. So let's all do a charisma check. So this would obviously just be a roll to see if you can match your charisma. So whoever would like to roll first.
Let's see here.
I'll go ahead. I got a 23.
You rolled a 23. Well, I don't think we need to go any
Anna,
further than that.
Where'd you get the 23-sided die from?
She has a bonus on her charisma,
I have
which
a
is
+3 to charisma.
so you rolled a 20.
I rolled a 20.
I need to see that die. I think she's.
I'll screen share from now on when I do my D&D Beyond.
I think she has a 20-sided die, and it says 20 on every side.
Oh, Edgar, you got to see when Owen and Anka roll. Oh, they got the setup, man. They switched their cams. They got a box. Oh yeah.
They're doing it.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll go next. Anka will go next. I am typically not great at this, but I got a 9, so I'll move it over here so you can see it. It is a 9.
A 9. All right, let's see.
Not much charisma in there.
Let's see here. Oh yeah. I got a 1.
A nat 1.
A natural 1. Oh, good Lord.
I see
So-
we're in good hands.
As I look into the mirror, it cracks.
Okay. So honestly, after Edgar rolled the natural 20,
Wait, aren't we supposed to roll for Thokk too?
well, she's going to get all the information and relay it to you guys, or he is. Edgar will.
Okay.
So Yalin is very forthcoming to Edgar, and basically spills the beans and kind of tells Edgar everything. Says that where Adolf, his last adventure was north of town, and that along the way, it is very likely you may run into a woodland sprite by the name of Tritor. And hopefully you will find Tritor along the path to the north into the forest. The forest is Langrafell Forest. So as you travel there, more than likely you will run into Tritor, and he will help you along the way to this secret hideout in the forest. So with that information, obviously you didn't have to pay for it because of the natural 20 rolled by Edgar. You guys all have concluded that we need to go help our friend finish this sort of mission or contract, so to speak. So Owen and Father Hand, you will stable your donkey and horse, and you will head north towards the forests of Longrafell. So as you do that, you all get to know each other a little bit along the journey. And after traveling a couple of miles to the north, you do hear something in the forest to the right. And popping out is a small creature. Some of you may know what this creature looks like. Some of you may not. Let me see if I can bring up a picture. I don't know if I got a picture. Oh, I do.
Of a woodland sprite?
I don't know if this picture is going to show or not. Let's see.
Oh, is it a sprite?
Yeah, it's a terrible angle, though. Let me see. Okay.
Let me see.
So do you see that?
What do you got?
Scotty can get it up.
Oh, you got that
I'm
pic?
sorry, that
Okay.
sounded bad.
Yeah, Scott may have a pic of it. So anyways, this is a sprite. His name is Tritor. And he comes out of the woods.
Let me see.
And he seems to be quite friendly, and he approaches whoever the leader of the group is. Who's walking in the front?
Thokk.
So he
Of course.
approaches Thokk. And he says,
Good job.
let's see, what's this? Okay, using the common tongue, because that's what everybody is using, the common tongue. He says, Halt! I cannot let you pass without my permission. Now,
So,
in case
not
you don't know how big a
friendly
sprite, a sprite isn't that big.
But they can be crafty.
So, before we started on the journey, I'm going to be handsy. So I'm going to cast a spell. Thokk, Anka, and Owen each get 5 additional hit points. I will be casting, let me see, it is called Aid. It lasts for 8 hours, which is good for the whole dungeon.
Who are you adding that to?
Thokk, Anka, and Owen.
Okay.
Figure Edgar, he's good. He'll be in the back.
Yeah, I'm a little beefier too. I'm a level 7, so I'm deceptively.
A little
Yes,
beefier. You
I
look like
saw
an
that.
11-year-old. I saw that pic.
I'm a stocky lad. I got some peps.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you there, Owen. That's a good pick. Okay. So who would like to converse with this sprite?
Who would have the best? Who's got the highest charisma?
I
I have a.
+3.
What do you have?
A +1.
I got 14.
Oh yeah, I've got a 16.
Anka's got a 17 plus
Oh,
3
Anka.
to.
Oh, so yes, Anka.
Anka's got to do it.
Anka's going to have to talk to the sprite. So what do you want to say to this sprite? He has said you cannot pass without his permission.
Well, the sprite is pretty small, and I would probably try and reason with the sprite, or I would try and charm the sprite with my charisma, but I don't know how to charm a sprite. I kind of look like a sprite myself. I'll say something
Go like this.
yeah, oh, flash my false eyelashes. Mm. What do you think,
Now,
Scotty? Scotty,
Remember the conversation you had with the barkeep.
Just be honest with him. Tell him what we're doing.
we're trying to find an amulet, right?
Right.
We would like to pass. We're on a mission we're on a mission for good, and we come in peace, and there's no harm that we will do to you, is what I think. But
I like it.
Scott always has the good ideas. I think I've become too dependent on Scott though, because he's saying nothing. What do you think, Scott?
I'm just listening. Owen
Oh my
steps forward
gosh.
and he looks at the sprite and says, I was unaware that we needed permission to pass to the north. We are but mere travelers, just on our way, minding our own business. Do pray tell, what is it that you need or want from us to gain such
I know
a
what I could
passage
do.
through here?
I could compliment
That's what Owen
her
says to him.
wings. I could compliment her wings and say how beautiful they look. Wow, what a beautiful sprite you are. I've never quite
It's a
seen.
guy.
Oh,
Handsome.
what beautiful
Handsome,
six-pack
yeah.
abs you have. Mr. Sprite. In fact, Sprite is my favorite soft drink. Did you know that? I don't know. I would just try and charm them with just compliments, maybe. And they would be so wowed by me that they would just sort of, be all blushing and just all, oh my gosh. And then they'd let us pass. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Well, the sprite hears you and says, you know what? I recommend you do not go any further north. There is a nasty gang that lives north of here. I had a good friend of mine get very hurt, and I do not know if this friend is even alive anymore.
I think we'll be okay. We've got a really good group here.
Can you tell us what the name was of your good friend, just for confirmation purposes?
His name was Adolf.
Oh, Adolf wrote the letter.
My bud.
My good friend, we too are on a mission for Adolf. He has sent us a letter. He has chosen us specifically to head north, to encounter your enemies and our enemies. So please, allow us to pass and continue our adventure.
All right. Let's
Welcome to the stream, Van.
Oh, okay. Let's see here.
Don't make me get off my donkey.
No, your donkey isn't even with you anymore. I told you you stabled the donkey. All right. There is no donkey. All right, where am I at? Okay, let's see. That's not a very high charisma.
I just have a feeling I'm going to have to roll, so I got my
Nope,
dice thing
okay.
here.
All right, so the sprite looks at Owen and says, and to Edgar and to all of you actually, and says, I'm sad to pass along the information of Adolf. I do not know if he is alive or not. I do know that he was badly wounded and headed south. Obviously, he had the wherewithal to send you all a letter. My name is Tritor. I will help guide you to the opening in the forest, to the path that will lead you to this hideout, whatnot. But we worry. I don't think I could be much help to you if we are to engage the creatures that lie in front of us. But I will lead you to the path. From there, you will be on your own. Are you guys all in agreement that you're going to trust this sprite?
Yes.
Could I roll an insight check, DM, and see if it sounds like this sprite is being on the level with us?
Absolutely.
Yeah, good call,
Let's
Katie.
see. I'm not particularly insightful, but
This
well,
isn't her
so
first
I
D&D campaign.
rolled an 8. I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah,
You
I'm a
don't-
minus one on insight.
So you don't perceive anything out of the ordinary. He seems to be truthful to you.
This seems like a cool guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Will you follow him? Everybody's going to follow him towards
Yes.
the opening? All right.
Yeah.
So you head north along the path that you were just on. The sprite's leading the way, floating in the air. You're just enjoying. It's about midday, and just up ahead, about a good 30 or 40 feet off to the right, you see that there is an opening into the dense forest to the right. Tritor stops. He turns around. He looks at you guys and says, "That's the path. This is about as far as I can take you. I do recommend you be careful along the path because obviously Adolf must have done something to warn them of his coming, so just be careful." And then he says, "There's the path," and then he flies back to the south where he first ran into you guys.
Okay, so we could trust him. Awesome. Nice job.
Good insight roll.
Yeah. Very insightful guy.
Okay, so what say you guys? You guys gonna head to the path and head down the path?
Excuse me. Yes.
I say yes.
Aye.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what would be the marching order here?
Oh boy, we got to put Thokk in front, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, so Thokk will go
And
first.
I'll be in the back in case we got to run. I'll be first, right?
You mean if we turn around and run, you'll be in the lead?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
better-
Owen should be behind Thokk. Oh wait, no. I think Edgar
No.
should be behind Thokk.
Yeah,
What do you
I
think?
feel good about that.
Yeah. Thokk, Edgar, Anka, then Owen, and I.
Okay, so it's
Okay.
Thokk, Edgar, Owen. Oh wait, I lost it. Where am I? I'm third, right?
You
Yes.
are third. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you come up to the path. You guys got your marching order. It is, and the reason I asked is because the path is fairly narrow. It's wide enough for one person, but it's almost too wide for more than one person. So, and the path is sort of like a path you would see through a national park or a local park, through the woods, but a little bit more narrow, and the woods around it are a little bit more dense. So as you start walking down the path, it kind of winds through the trees, a little left, a little right. And since Thokk is looking, he does not have the best vision in the daylight. He's an orc, so he sees a little bit better at night, but he can see in about 100 to 120 feet that there is an opening. So he stops, he turns around, he lets everybody know, hey, there's an opening up ahead.
So, when we proceed, we shall proceed with caution.
Yeah. Stealthily.
Stealthily and cautiously.
Well, Owen.
But how stealthily
Send your
does
little
Thokk-
owl up front. Scope out that opening. And he's got a little owl.
I have an owl. My owl
Yeah.
name is Luna, but that I would have to do a ritual, which would take an hour.
I have a little
An owl? You got what?
I have a mouse who rides in my pocket. I can send my
Dear.
mouse out. Can anybody
Yeah.
talk to a mouse? Like, anybody got...
Well, hopefully you can. It's your mouse.
I try. To be honest, I've tried many times and never been successful. But my rolls tend to be unusually low for mouse rolls for some reason. I'll do my very best. I will take out Princess, which is my pet mouse.
Aw.
Okay.
Just a regular gray mouse from the orphanage. I said, Princess, go for it.
Aw.
Tell us what you learn of the world, Princess.
All right, so the little mouse scurries up ahead.
Yeah,
Oh, you
It's
do
gone.
got a cloak on.
yeah.
I love it.
Yes. The mouse is gone for about 5 minutes or so, and then the mouse comes scurrying back, runs up your leg and into your hand.
Oh, Princess, what's that you say, Princess? So I would assume for this, do you want me to roll animal handling? What do you want me to?
I want you to roll another 20.
No, never for the mouse.
Another 20. Yeah. Nice.
That's going to be tough for you, but go ahead. Let's do a
I
wisdom
know.
check.
A wisdom check. Yeah,
Yes.
this is my dilemma with the mouse. We just,
I'm looking at this, and it looks like you need to roll a 7 or less. So
Do you have anything for animal handling?
a 7 or less. I rolled a 17 on my animal handling check.
oh wait, okay, minus 7 should be what am I thinking? 13 or higher. That's right. Okay, all right. So the mouse. And you're the only one that understands this, and he says there's a very large opening up ahead. Princess, I assume it's a she.
Yeah.
It's a very large opening up ahead. There are some creatures she doesn't really recall ever seeing before in her life. They're very large, and there is approximately 5 of them. There is one that is larger than the rest. There is a big mound, and there are 2 tents to the left of the mound. The opening is about half the size of a football field, so to speak. And it's a clearing more than anything. So
Okay.
that is what Princess has given to you for information.
Great. Clearing, and then 5 what's that she's never seen before?
Larger creatures.
Larger
She may or may not have seen them. I don't know what adventures you've been on in the past, but
Okay.
they're very goblinish,
Woo.
but larger.
Yeah, we would not have seen a goblin, so Princess would not know. Wow. This is exciting.
So, let me get this straight. There's a pathway going down.
Correct.
Opens up.
Yes.
We should try. Anka's in deep meditation over there. How about can we get up there undetected, half the group on one side and half the group on the other, and try to like singly pull them out, like throwing a rock or something, so someone could go like, "Hey, what's that noise? I'm gonna go check." So instead of dealing with 5 at once,
Yeah.
What about the spells of invisibility or something else, like a spell that we can put on ourselves to make ourselves look like we're not what we seem?
Well,
I do have invisibility, Anka. Are you a sorcerer, Anka?
No,
Yes,
I'm
use it.
a tiefling, but
Oh, yeah.
Scotty or Owen
I could,
actually.
if you are willing to wait an hour, I could bring up Luna.
Yeah.
From Luna, I will send Luna in, but before I will cast Dragon's Breath on her. She will go on, fly in, take the opposite side that we're facing to make the enemies turn their backs to us, and she will
Woo!
cast Dragon's Breath. Therefore, their attention will be on Luna, while the rest of us can come up from behind and continue to attack.
I love that. If anybody wants it, I could cast invisibility. If I did it at 4th level, I could get 3 of us, hopefully, invisible, but probably not the whole party. Certainly not the whole
Do
party.
we
I
really
like
have to wait an hour? I'm not that patient.
We
I
would
like
go
that
in.
owl diversion, though. That's fun.
well, an hour would be poof. We waited an hour. That's
Oh,
it.
I see. It's not
Yeah.
real
So,
time.
so while we wait,
So we
we
say
all
yes,
camp. We
yes,
we
we'll wait an
talk.
hour.
We get to know Edgar a little bit better.
We drink
You
a little
know,
bit of
a
blood.
little bit of blood, little orc's blood
No.
Hmm.
from the
little bit of
chasuble.
mead that we took from your horse, yeah. So is that the game plan? Are we all okay with me casting my ritual to bring out Luna? We're going to send Luna in after I have cast
Dragon's
Not
breath.
Dragon's Breath on
from
it.
that owl. That mouse is going back in the cloak, but other than that, I think
Right? We don't want the owl taking the mouse.
nice, princess.
That is a second level
Right.
spell. I will use a spell slot. I will also, before that, I will be using my Staff of Defense to cast Mage Armor on myself, which will take a charge off of my staff. Just
Do
so
we have to roll on this or anything?
no.
Or?
Well, what we
No.
all are going to do, because I'm assuming you have moved closer to the opening's mouth.
Absolutely. Now we have.
We are all going to do a passive wisdom or insight check. So let us all roll for that, each one of us.
The 20-sided
Yes.
Yes.
or the 23-sided?
I have rolled a 16.
Oh,
I have rolled a 5.
that's not
Right.
good.
I got a pretty good wisdom.
Thank you for the encouragement, Dungeon Master. Fuck you.
I can feel the love.
15, which honestly for Edgar is pretty good. He did
15's good.
Good
Good
job.
lord.
top dog around here. I only rolled a 9.
I know.
All right.
I never
Well,
rolled well.
Well, as Scott is sitting back, preparing his spell, preparing his owl, Father Hand moves forward and he stops the party in their tracks and he says, "Whoa! Don't you see it? Up ahead, across the path, there is a tripwire. The tripwire is connected to a bunch of old bones and pots and pans, which, if triggered, would have alerted the creatures in the opening to your arrival.
Dang.
So since we do have a thief amongst us, a rogue, let us have the rogue do a dexterity check to disarm the trap.
And that would mean me rolling what?
Roll the 20-sided and match your dexterity.
Because I have so much great luck.
Oh, well, you know what? You're going to
20-sided.
just... Let's not even roll. It's not going to be necessary because you're going to have a 20 no matter what anyways.
Oh, you're so sweet.
So you have...
I forgive you.
Besides, I wouldn't want to embarrass you with that roll anyways.
Oh, that roll was only an 8. So
Yeah, see, it doesn't matter. You have
But it's
disarmed
right
the trap.
across the street from the trap. See how the 8 and the 20 are right next to each other?
I
think
know,
it-
you could have just lied, too. You are a rogue or a thief
I
anyways.
am not going to
You-
lie.
You do have sleight of tongue, don't you? So the trap has been dismantled. It did not get triggered. So an hour has passed. And so you're going to institute this plan to try to trick these. And as you come closer to the opening, you all have perceived that these are hobgoblins. All right, there are 4 regular sized, so to speak, hobgoblins. and there is one larger hobgoblin who's obviously the leader of these hobgoblins. There are 2 tents as described by Princess the Mouse. Okay. It's a very large clearing. It's about 150 feet by 100 feet. On the right side of the clearing, off to the right side of the path in the clearing, you see there's a huge mound that's about 10 feet by 10 feet and 10 feet tall. It's just a big dirt mound. There are 2 tents. There's one that's a little bit bigger than the other tent. Well, it's more than maybe twice the size. So there's 2 tents, one twice the size of the other. And as I said, there are 5 hobgoblins, 4 of them a little bit smaller than one. Owen is preparing his spells, so the rest of you are just kind of waiting for this to finish. You feel pretty safe because you've disarmed the trap, so to speak, or the trigger. And as you're observing the hobgoblins from a distance, safely, obviously, you can hear some of them joking about how weak the old man was and how it was so easy for them to take his belongings from him. They were also disappointed that he was able to escape. Then the larger hobgoblin comes over, kind of breaks up the conversation and says, listen, you guys, you need to stop this. We need to be watching out for others like this guy who may be coming back to retrieve what this gentleman had. Okay? We are always on the lookout for lost travelers and always looking to line our pockets with whatever their dead carcasses provide for us. So, Scott, your spell has now been completed. It is ready for you to cast.
Owen asks before sending Luna in, is everyone prepared? Is everyone ready?
Hi.
Yes.
All right.
And you guys did add 5, you 3 to your total hit points?
I've done that, yes, it is.
Okay.
It is reflective here. Okay, so Scott, we're going to have to roll to make sure the spell's going to work. So obviously you'll do, I believe that would be an intelligence roll.
I don't think so.
No? It doesn't matter. Yeah, you're going to have a 20
Such a willing
anyways.
creature and imbue it with the power to spew magical energy from its mouth.
Oh,
He is a
it
willing
doesn't.
creature. It
Okay.
does not require a
Very well.
beautiful spell. By the way, in
Very
case
well.
you all are wondering, where the hell did he get that spell from? Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
Oh,
Hey, check your D&D Beyond store. Shameless plug. Some of the
40%
books.
off?
Some of the
Yes.
books are 40% off today. There you go.
Woo!
Shameless plug.
I will.
All right. So the
From
spell
now
has been
on,
cast.
I will use my phone to roll the die. If you don't have the D&D app, it looks like this. And then over here in the bottom corner, you can hit the die. And then you select your die, like I'll select a 20. And then you hit the roll. And then the die will roll.
Oh,
wow.
yeah, I think you need to send that app to Anka.
Hey now, that
like-
was rude.
I like
I'm
the
not-
real dice. It gives us
I
an
know.
authentic flavor.
It is.
I'm gonna just have my cat Mana roll the dice next time because she'll
Mana.
probably do a lot better.
All right, I am going to roll to see how many, if any, of these
Yeah.
hobgoblins are fooled by your spell.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
Scott wants to say something.
Yes?
Just so you know, I will be using fire. I'm allowed to choose what dragon's breath I want, whether it be fire, acid, but I will be using fire.
Okay.
I can use acid, cold, fire, lightning, or poison. That's how it works for me to say.
All right. So are you sending your owl Luna in?
Absolutely. Luna is going to try and take a spot, like I said, on the other side of him, as high up as possible, hopefully trying to maintain out of range. But she will have to be within a 15-foot radius because the way it works is it's a 15-foot cone that'll shoot out.
Okay. So as Luna flies in and flies above the hobgoblins near one of the tents, 3 of the smaller hobgoblins turn, draw their swords, or whatever instruments that they're using. Yeah, I believe it is a sword. and they are completely enthralled. The fourth smaller hobgoblin doesn't seem to be as persuaded, so to speak, and the larger hobgoblin, who you guys have now come to understand, his name is Captain Glibnor. So they refer to him as Captain, and somebody actually called him Glibnor as well. So Captain Glibnor and one of the other lesser hobgoblins don't seem to be too awestruck, so to speak, with this. They still seem to have most of their faculty, but three of them you have fairly well convinced that there is a dragon above them.
God.
What say you?
Somebody can cast fire on the dragon, can't they? Oh, wait. I'm fireproof. I know that. I actually have fireproofing. So maybe I could take care of the dragon with my crossbow. I don't know, but I don't know how dragons die.
No. They just think the owl is a dragon.
An illusion of
Oh, I'm sorry.
GM, there is the
I don't want to
specs
take the owl out.
for Luna,
No.
as you can see, if you're curious on her armor class and hit points. Obviously, she's an owl. One hit, one gone, you know.
Who's an
Correct.
owl? Who?
Luna.
Who?
Who? Who?
God.
So,
All right. So, what is the rest of the party? What is your modus operandi here? We have three of the smaller hobgoblins seem to be somewhat distracted. One of the smaller ones, kind of glancing at it from now and again, and then obviously Captain Glibnor does not seem to be amused at this whatsoever.
So,
I think we
since
should
three of
make a
them are
run for it.
distracted, should we go after the captain?
It seems like a good idea.
And I'm hoping if we take out the captain, because these guys obviously aren't too intelligent, maybe they'll
Just scat it.
concede and flee. Maybe if we hurry up and take them out.
Yeah, I like that. I'm okay with that.
Sounds good.
Because
What do you think,
I know Thokk and Anka, they got throwing devices.
Yeah.
Edgar and Owen and myself, we can cast spells from
Right.
afar.
We could make our melee people invisible if we wanted to give them a little bit of cover, at least until they get hit. I could cast invisibility on Anka and Thokk if they're running out there to get that captain.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that. And then it'll give them a bigger surprise too, because they'll think there's only
Yeah.
not as many of us.
Yes. Okay. So, is it just Anka and Thokk that are running up?
Yeah, because they'll be our melee, and invisibility I think would just dissipate as soon as we cast a spell. So
Right.
that would
All
be
right. So
useless.
I'm gonna beckon Anka and Thokk over, and I'm gonna kind of put my little grimy eyeball hands, one on each of their chests. Summon up this power, and I will cast invisibility as a second level spell.
yep.
And
you
what
get
level are you again, Edgar?
I'm a
9?
level. No, I am
No.
a level
7.
7.
She's
7.
7.
Sorcerer level 7, I see.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and do that. I just have to concentrate on my spell now. So if I
Right.
get interrupted, then poof. But at least for now,
Okay.
gotcha.
All right. So, Player's Handbook 250. All right. So as Edgar is doing that, Father Hand, what will you be doing?
Well, which one are we gonna go after first?
I thought it was determined you were going after Captain Glibnor.
Yes. So I will cast. Well, don't wanna.
Don't worry, Dungeon Master. You can't touch him.
Not from a
Amazing.
distance.
I will cast my spiritual hammer.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
That sounds like an after hours
Spiritual hammer. Okay.
What
It
time
is a floating
It's
spectral
hammer
weapon.
thing. Oh, God. That's what she said. I'm so
Oh, wait a minute. How far away are these
I was
guys?
muted.
Sorry, children.
Muted.
They are about 100 feet away.
Oh, I can't do hammer. 100 feet. Oh, we're gonna have to move in.
Well, if you remember, Father Hand, Anka and Thokk are already moving forward, so they're invisible. So I know I'm, what am I, 60 feet, 40 feet for my
Oh,
movement? So we
yeah.
can all move in because,
To
and
60
hopefully not
feet?
be detected. Absolutely.
Yeah,
What,
60 feet.
depending. Now the main guy might see us because he wasn't amused by Luna, remember? So there is a chance you're taking that. He may see you moving up and just swing at you. I'm just throwing that out
Yes. So let's do this.
I'm 101 years old. I've seen a thing or two.
All right. So the spell has been cast. Anka and Thokk are invisible. They
Okay.
are moving into a position behind Captain Glibnor and the other hobgoblin who is not kind of enthralled by Luna up in the sky. They are somewhat in position now where they, within a moment's notice, they can strike. So I think they have signaled back to the rest of the party, if you're going to do something, cast a spell, shoot an arrow, shoot a bolt, whatever, now's the time to do it.
Yep.
Because then, after you've done that, then they can do what they're going to do.
Right. Yeah, I will cast my Spielcher Hammer. Hopefully I hit the captain. And then also, I can hit another guy within 5 feet of him, according
Okay.
to my spell list thing.
All right. So your spell, the spiritual hammer. Let's see. Oh, there you go, Father Hand. I'm going to really show my age here because now I am aging.
Oh boy. Yeah, I might roll like shit, but at least I don't need readers.
Oh, good lord. You have a better camera than me. Is it a spiritual weapon?
It's a spiritual weapon, bro.
Okay,
Yeah.
1 minute.
You
Okay.
create a floating spiritual weapon within range that lasts for the duration until you cast. It's 60 feet range area. When the cast spell, you make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon.
Another one. To another one.
So what's the damage on that? It doesn't say what the damage is.
1d8
plus 4.
1d8 plus 4. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very well.
All right.
Let's roll
Sure.
to see if your spell is successful.
Let's roll. Am I on there? Here it comes. Oh,
That a-
Well,
Is that a, what is that? Is that
That's
a
a-
nat 1?
is that
That's
a
an
1?
that's an
That was
Anka
a-
1.
That was
That's an Anka 1.
Oh, you guys are totally brother-in-laws.
So reminiscent of Doctor Strange, and you spin your hands around like this, and all you get is
Fizzles.
a spark, and you get nothing. Nothing comes out.
Well,
And I am going to do a passive check on Captain Glibnor here to see if he notices the spark. And where is that at? Okay. Oh, you are so lucky.
oof.
He didn't notice a damn thing. He doesn't even notice you guys kind of, doing your thing in the opening there. So he's oblivious to everything. He seems to be a little bit more concerned about the three hobgoblins who are infatuated with Luna up in the sky. So this leads us now to, who would that lead us to? Owen?
Owen.
Yeah, well, I see that Brother Hand didn't do too nice. But anyways, well, I'm concentrating on my dragon's breath. I'm just going to use, a nice little cantrip, firebolt, and I'm going for the main guy.
All right, let's roll to see if you hit.
Let's roll to see if I hit. 1d20. Oh, hang on. I got to clear that. Hang on. Clear it. I don't know what happened to my dice there. Here we go. Okay, here we go.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, that is a 7 plus 5. 13.
13.
Your firebolt
12.
misses. It goes flying off to the left of the Captain Glibnor. And now you somewhat have his attention. He seems to be turning now, and he's alerting the fourth hobgoblin that there might be something in the opening, pathway opening. So they all start to turn. Edgar,
Let's
Are
see.
you going to do any kind of a missile attack from here?
I
See.
would love to. I'm trying to figure out. I just want to make sure I don't do any other concentration stuff. Why don't I go ahead and just cast magic missile and aim them all at this bad boy,
All right.
the main guy.
What level are you casting that magic missile at?
That's what I'm debating. What do y'all think? Should I do a higher level one, or should I save those in case we get into trouble?
Yeah, I think I might want it. I would save it.
I would wait. It's just the beginning.
Yeah.
I will cast magic missile as a first level, and we'll just see how that goes.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, see what happens.
Not a whole lot. 3 force damage.
Oof.
That can't be right. I feel like I wonder if that's just. I'm gonna do it as 1d4.
I think it's 1d4 plus 2, Scott. Is that right? 1d4 plus 2, right?
1d4
Yeah,
plus
yeah.
1, according to my D&D.
Okay.
So I guess that's right. Wow, that's lucky. All right, I did my 3 little crappy force damage, I guess.
So you hit him and you did 3 damage?
Yeah, I think the missile hits automatically. It just doesn't do a whole lot at first level.
Well, yeah, this one didn't do much at all.
No,
Although you did get his attention,
Oh, wow,
and now
yeah.
he is definitely alerted to something
Yeah.
in the opening.
big mad at us. Yeah, cool.
So at this point in time, Anka and Thokk are right behind him, or in the other. They have an opportunity here to make an attack. For Anka, it would be a sneak attack, so she will get extra damage. And for Thokk, it will be a surprise attack, and he will get 2 attacks with both his long swords, the magic one and the regular one. So
Now, I'm assuming that we are attacking with advantage.
yes, they are.
Bring it on. Oh, sorry, I have to mute myself because the recycling is just.
Oh,
Oh,
What's up?
all right. So let's have Anka roll to see if she hit.
Now you're rolling with advantage, Anka. So you get to roll your d20 twice and take the higher number.
Roger that.
So that would be a
Love
1 and a
advantage.
2.
Oh, wait, it's the 20-sided dice, right?
Yep, the 20.
Yes.
hi.
That's what I thought.
The one you have the most luck with.
Oh, okay, fuckhead. 15.
Roll
Oh,
it again.
you have a +6 to hit, so you hit.
Oh, okay, there's no need to roll it again then.
No, she has a +6
Wait,
to
no,
hit.
roll it again. Roll it again, Anka.
Yeah, you
Nat
might get a 20.
Nat 20.
Sorry, children.
Okay, I rolled a 13.
Yeah, all right.
All right, so you hit. Roll your 1d4, which is the pyramid. That would be a 1.
Man. I got
But
a
you do
1.
get +4, and it is a sneak attack, and a sneak attack, I believe, gets 2d6
5.
additional damage.
5.
So
the
roll
cube,
the 6-sided twice.
the crap.
Yes.
You're making me think, you guys. 6-sided. Oh, the
Yahtzee.
regular craps. Okay. 6-sided twice. I
Yes.
consider luck with these ones. 6.
6.
Ooh. One more time.
1.
Okay.
7.
All right, so somebody needs to roll for Thokk, and I assume Thokk will be attacking Captain Glibnor as well.
So Thokk hasn't rolled yet, and we're going to go Scott, Tracy, so Scott needs to roll for Thokk.
All right. You want me to roll them one at a time or 2?
Doesn't matter.
I'll roll
He's
both.
actually going to get
Okay.
3 rolls, so he'll get 2 for the first and then 1 for his second
All right.
attack.
Cool.
16.
Okay?
And then 1 for his other attack?
Yes, he does get a bonus to hit, right? What is his bonus to hit?
Ooh.
3.
Well, okay. All right, so you get 1d8 of damage plus 6.
Okay. We'll roll
So-
that. That's 4 plus 6.
It's 10.
10.
All right. All right, so this is how this kind of shook out a little bit here since everybody has made their attack. So Father Owen has cast his spell upon Luna. Luna's floating in the sky. She has distracted 3 of the hobgoblin guards. The 4th guard and Captain Glibnor were not attracted to it. In the meantime, Edgar has cast invisibility upon Thokk and Anka, who snuck in behind Captain Glibnor. Father Hands then moved to the opening of the path, tried to cast the spell, fizzled out. He moved aside, and Edgar cast a magic missile from underneath Father Hand, because a little bit shorter.
Yeah,
that magic missile hit, but it just scraped Captain Glibnor. He turned around. As he was turning around, Anka came up behind and shoved one of her daggers into his back. He kind of... and then right after that, Thokk came swooping down with his longsword, his magical longsword, and just put a big gash in his back. He came back up with his second longsword and missed. He then recoiled and hit his longsword again for even more damage. Captain Glibnor has fallen to one knee. The other unaffected guard has turned around and has now seen Anka and Thokk. All right, the invisibility, due to the fact that they both hit Captain Glibnor, is kind of, jarred the invisibility a bit. They know something is there. I am going to roll for the other 3 and see if they are still infatuated with the dragon. So 2 of the 3 hobgoblins that were infatuated are no longer infatuated. They are now moving towards the entrance of the pathway, So you have 2 there. The other hobgoblin that wasn't infatuated turns around towards Captain Glibnor, who was hit. So you still have one of them infatuated with Luna. So what we will do now is we will roll for initiative. This will be between Anka, Thokk, Captain Glibnor, and one of the other guards who wasn't infatuated. So let's just see what we get. Well, I'll roll... Oh, boy. All right. So I rolled a 2 and a 14, so...
Ooh.
Obviously, Glibnor is not going to get any kind of advantage here. So let's see what Thokk and Anka get. So we're going to need an Anka roll and then a Thokk roll.
And those are both mine because Scotty did it last time.
Correct.
And it's a 20-sided?
Correct.
Okay, this one's for Anka. And it is a 12.
Plus 3 for your initiative, so... And then you will roll for Thokk, who I do not believe has any advantage.
And that is a 10.
Okay, so Thokk has advantage on Captain Glibnor, and Anka has advantage over the other hobgoblin.
Oh, I forgot about the music, you guys.
Oh,
Oh,
why don't
yeah.
you put... You can put the music on. It's 3.
Ambiance.
Katie, how are we doing on time? Is there someplace
Oh.
else you need to be time-wise?
I would say I have a always email and say that I'm going to be a little late for my next thing, so I'm not in a huge.
So 3, which would be noon
Yeah.
our time, right? Okay.
Noon your time.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're actually going to go see the Dungeons and Dragons movie, so we have an appointed time that we need to be
Yeah,
there.
shameless plug.
And I have
We are going
cornhole
to
tournament.
go dressed in costume as we are, and yeah.
That's perfect.
Awesome. Yes.
Excellent.
And then my cornhole tournament is tonight.
Nice.
Okay.
So as we're thinking, we're just like playing thinking music. I totally
Yeah.
forgot about the music. Maybe yeah, there we go.
Thinking, yeah.
No, it's good. Okay. So, what do I got? Oh, it is 11, so we got it. All right. So, I think for ranged weapons, Edgar and Owen and Father Hand, you still will have an advantage to throw another ranged weapon at the 2 hobgoblins that are heading your way.
Okay.
All right. So you have one more advantage attack on them. Those two heading towards you. Thokk obviously has advantage on Captain Glibnor. Anka, you have advantage on the other guard. So let's roll with the most immediate action. Let's go with Thokk against Captain Glibnor. So Thokk will have an attack with his magical long sword. So who is rolling for this one?
That'd be Scott. Owen.
I can definitely roll.
All right, let's roll.
17.
That is a hit. Let us roll for damage. And for him, it is 1d8 plus 6.
Come on, baby.
8.
Yes.
So, as Captain Glibnor turned around, he's still a bit in shock. So he reaches to draw out his sword, and as he does, Thokk comes crashing down with his magic sword and splits his skull open, and he crumples to the ground.
Wow.
Plus, he had a bunch of other wounds on him. He was fairly well hurt. That finished off Captain Glibnor. Anka, you now have an attack on one of the hobgoblin guards. So roll to see if you hit. You should get 2 attacks with your daggers or 1 attack with your short sword.
Will do.
Which one are you gonna go with? 2 daggers?
Oh, sorry. You know what? That's right. I should go with 2 daggers, right?
I think so.
Yeah. All right. I always trust a holy man. Why don't you say a prayer for my dice rolling? I don't have to flip off
Blessed
the
are
dungeon
these
master
dice
again.
and those who roll them.
17.
All right.
Blessing.
All right, roll for your other one.
Ooh. That would be a 3.
Okay. So you've spun your daggers around like this, and you went whoosh, whoosh, and one of them stabs him in the left shoulder. Let's roll for damage, and that would be the pyramid die, and you will do 1d4 plus 4.
So the 4, the pyramid with the 1, 2,
Yes.
3, and 4. Okay.
Correct.
2.
That'd be a
2 plus 4 is 6 points of damage. Whoops. Do your math, Stacy. Okay. So you hit him pretty hard there in the shoulder, nearly piercing his heart, but it was just to the left of his heart, so he's still there.
Mm.
So now we will go to the other 3, Father Hand, Edgar, and Owen. And remember, we still have one that's kind of infatuated with what he perceives is a dragon floating overhead. But that seems to be wearing thin a little bit. And amidst all of this, he's like, he kind of shakes his head a little bit, and he looks around, and he sees Captain Glibnor on the ground, so he turns towards Thokk, drawing his sword, and he's preparing to engage Thokk.
Oh no.
As that's happening, the other 2 that were approaching, Edgar, Owen, and Father Hand, you guys again get a 1 additional ranged attack at this point in time to hit either one of them guys.
Okay. So, the one that is getting ready to draw his sword and go after Thokk, I will hold him.
You are kind of blocked vision-wise. You can't get a good... because these other 2 hobgoblins are heading towards you.
Oh, okay. I can hold one of them though, right? I can.
If you'd like to.
Yeah. What do you think? Hold one?
You can hold one, and then we can attack the other one.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is to save. Attack save, wisdom 14.
Alright, so let's roll.
Alrighty, let's see here.
Oh, you're right there.
Yeah. I think, do you have to do it or do I? Is it a save throw?
Oh, it's a safe throw, so that should be
Yeah,
me.
wisdom 14.
Okay. All right. As you cast the spell and these two hobgoblins are heading towards you, one of them just stops in his track. And he can't move. But the other one continues forward.
Okay.
Owen?
Can somebody throw
Edgar?
a fireball at him or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna do. I guess Can we attack the dude while he's held, or does that mess up the whole?
No, if you'd like to. But you still have one hobgoblin heading towards you.
So, what I think I'm gonna do is I'll go ahead and do magic missile as a second level, which gives me 4 darts instead of 3 darts.
Okay.
And I was doing a little research. I think I rolled incorrectly last time. I think when you roll on D&D Beyond, it gives you the value for 1 dart, and then you've got to multiply it by the number of darts that you're throwing, which would be why I was solo. So I will roll now. It's giving me a 4, which means it would be 8 force damage for the held and 8 force damage for the coming at us guy.
All right. So the guy running at you, he stumbles to the ground. He shakes his head. He gets up and he starts coming at you. The other one that's held, he gets hit, and you can see tears running out of his eyes.
That's sad.
But yet he's still held, and you can tell he's just wincing in pain, but there's nothing he can do.
Someone needs to finish
At least
him
for a few moments, for a few seconds, and then once those few seconds and that initial held, he kind of falls to a knee.
Oh no.
Owen.
In thought.
Is there a way that Luna can fly into position to cast Dragon's Breath to make sure she doesn't hit any of the party members? At least the main boss. I should be able to fly into position at least to get one.
Well, the main boss is dead, isn't he? Yeah, he's dead.
Well, one of the guys.
Captain
Either one.
Glibnor has passed away.
Rest in power, Captain Goodman.
So either one of the goblins that are left, can he do that?
Well, your owl is pretty tired. It was floating overhead for quite some
Well, then I'll
time.
just cast the fireball at the one that's still charging us.
All right, very well.
Let's see. There we go.
Come on.
11.
Plus
What is your magical to hit? Plus 5?
Plus 5. Yeah.
16.
To 16.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. So as you cast the fireball, it goes floating right over his head and misses him. All right, so now we turn to... Yeah, you missed. You need a little bit more than 16, so that gives you an idea what their armor
Fireball got
classes
me a
are.
little bit.
Apparently it got Father Hand, and it singed the top of his head. No, I'm just kidding.
Thank goodness.
All right. Okay, so moving along. So now, what we have here is the one hobgoblin that was disoriented by Luna, the owl, is not disoriented. He's turned around. He's headed towards Thokk, and he is going to attack Thokk. But just before that, the hobgoblin that Anka stabbed with one of her daggers has drawn his sword and will now attempt to hit Anka. So now one of you are going to get hit. Maybe. I don't know. It depends. You ain't getting hit with that. I rolled a 4. So as the hobgoblin drew his sword, he went to crash it down on Anka, and she just kind of nonchalantly shifted off to the left, and the sword comes crashing down and completely misses her. The other hobgoblin that is moved into position to attack Thokk, who has killed Captain Glibnor, he reaches back with his sword, and it comes crashing down, and Thokk blocks it with his sword. So there is no damage taken there. So both of them are safe. They haven't been hit. The 2 hobgoblins that were racing towards you are now in a position to attack. And Father Hand, since you so miraculously missed on your spiritual hammer, he's going to try to hit you. He's going to draw his sword back and try to hit you. And as he does, he trips over a rock and falls flat on his face and misses. The other hobgoblin, the final one, who was held, got hit by the magic missile, has regained his faculties, and now he's headed towards the opening. It is now time for you guys to retaliate and attack. Anka, you dove to the left and dodged. You have an opportunity now to strike back at this guy with a dagger in each hand. So go ahead and roll your 1d20 twice to see how many times you hit him.
Here we go.
$13.
13.
13 for Anka, and your bonus to hit is
4.
a +6.
Oh,
Ooh.
So you
that's
hit.
good.
Do I
So
have
why
to
don't-
roll again?
Why don't you roll the 1d4? Actually, you know what? It is not necessary to roll again.
Because I
I just realized how much you had as a bonus. You get +4 because you're piercing. So as he reached down to strike you, you just kind of Jackie Chan'd him off to the left, and then as he did that, you came crashing down with your dagger and hit him in the back of the head, crushing his brain into your dagger. And then you removed it. And why don't you flash your picture up there, because this is kind of what it looks like after she got done stabbing him in the. That's not it. That's not it. Anyways, that's what she looks like after she stabbed him in the back of the skull. She's got blood dripping up. He's dead. So now Thokk.
Where's the brain? Where's the brain matter? There's
it's there's not much brains in a hobgoblin. So now Thokk as he blocked the strike, he gets to retaliate. So I believe we are on. Who is rolling for him right now? Is it Owen?
I can roll for him.
Go ahead.
Here we go.
Yeah, go ahead. He'll attack with his magical sword here.
Oh, no, yeah.
1.
What did you roll?
1.
That's not good.
No.
You absolutely missed.
Yeah.
And you missed so badly, the sword comes crashing down to the ground, and it hits a rock. And thankfully, the fact that this is a magical sword, let me see here, it's still intact, barely. So what else do we have? Okay, so there's that. Oh, he's dead. That's right. Okay, so we still have the stunned hobgoblin who was hit by the magic missile. He is now heading towards the group. So Edgar, what say you? You have an opportunity here to strike this guy down. You already hit him once with a magic missile. You didn't take him out. He's regained consciousness. He's headed towards you.
Yeah, I guess it's just, do I keep magic missiling this fool? I don't have a lot of great. I got rid of my fireball because it was not working well for me. So it's kind of this or lightning bolt. And lightning bolt seems awfully good for this fellow.
You don't have to cast a spell. You could move in for an irregular attack, maybe.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
You do have a dagger. You have a couple of daggers.
Yeah, she does.
Why mess with success? I'm gonna do a 3rd level. I'm gonna direct all my guys at this dude. So that'll be and it's a 5. Okay, so 5. So it'll be 25 points of force damage for this dude.
So as you rear back and fire these missiles, the first missile hit, and he just kind of explodes. He's just into a 1,000 pieces all over the place. So you guys have dispatched Captain Glibnor and 3 of the guards. The one guard that's left is the one who was infatuated with Luna and is now not. He is now engaged one-on-one with Thokk, and he is now his opportunity to attack Thokk. And he will roll, and he hit. Now his damage is, sorry, I didn't expect to have to put my glasses on. I didn't think I'd hit him. Oh, what is his damage? Oh, wow, 1d8. Okay. He causes 8 points of damage to Thokk. So Thokk should be down to 33 now. In retaliation, Thokk now gets to return the attack upon this last hobgoblin guard.
Okay.
So
Anka.
let's roll.
Anka has to roll for Thokk.
Anka, are you there? Tracy. Oh, there she goes. All right, she was switching her thing. All
I was
right.
chatting on YouTube, dude. Like, I
Oh.
can only multitask so
I know.
much. All right, so here's my roll for Thokk. Everybody's like, "Oh, poor Thokk. I need to roll well for him." It's a 6.
Well, he comes after he gets hit pretty severely on the shoulder. He tries to return and misses. So now Anka, being in close proximity, will have the next opportunity to attack this guy. How will you attack, and what will you be doing?
And who am I attacking?
The only one left standing.
Could you describe that person, please?
It's a hobgoblin.
Okay,
It's
thank
the
you.
same as the other ones, except he's smaller than Captain Glibnor.
Well, I've got a crossbow that I haven't done yet.
Well, you're close.
You're a little too close proximity for a
Okay.
crossbow.
I guess a short sword.
All right.
Yeah, right in the gullet.
Let's. I'm gonna have Anka roll for a sneak attack here. I'm just gonna assume she's gonna try and swing around to the back side. So let's use stealth. We'll do a stealth check, which is a dexterity +6. So why don't you roll the die and see what you get?
Which one?
The 20-sided.
My favorite.
I know.
I thought it would be better now that I've got gloves on, but whatever. I got a 1.
Well, we're doing real good on the rolls today.
I know. I just
Well,
when it has to do with violence, I just don't roll well. But when it has to do with psychology, I rock it.
So you tried to sneak around this final hobgoblin guard, and as you were trying to do so, as you're drawing your short sword, he positioned himself as if he knew you were doing that. So you still have an opportunity to attack him. It's just not going to be sort of a stab in the back sort of thing. So you still can roll to see if you hit him. So roll the 20.
Why can't I use my powers of deception or something and just deceive
Well,
him?
that's what that roll just was. It was a roll to see if you can sneak behind him and stab him in the back,
okay.
and that failed. So now you're going to roll and just see if you can actually hit him. So why don't you roll that 20-sided again? You're so good at it.
I know.
Plus the die.
Oh my god! I got a 19.
So you did hit. How about that?
Hallelujah! Thank you.
So you get to roll. You get to roll the 6-sided, the craps die, one time
For what?
for damage. You want to cause some damage?
Oh, nice.
I got a 5.
Oh, it's a 5, and a 5 plus 3 is 8. All right. So, as you swung around to try and position yourself behind him to hopefully stab him in the back, he turned, and as he was turning, you realized in that instance you weren't going to be able to get behind him, so you just came crashing down with your short sword, and you slashed him pretty severely across his back. So at the same time, I think Owen and Edgar and Father Han realize that this is just basically down to one guy. You guys have moved from the entrance of the pathway into the clearing, and you have moved forward in a position, more of a hand-to-hand sort of a position. So you guys are in a position, he's the only one left standing. You guys can do a ranged weapon sort of attack right now. I will give you that opportunity, and I will give that opportunity to Owen to make a ranged weapon attack.
No, I'm just going to use a cantrip, and I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on him.
Toll the Dead. Is
Toll
he
the
dead?
Dead. You point at a creature you can see within range, and the sound of dolorous bells fill the air around it for a moment. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 neurotic damage. But if the target is missing any hit points, the damage is 1d12.
All right, so he will do a wisdom check. Is it a wisdom, you said?
Yes, wisdom saving throw, yes.
I rolled a 19.
You missed.
You missed. He's still there. So as you moved in and you kind of positioned yourself to cast this cantrip, you kind of did your little, and nothing happened. You didn't even get any sparks.
I
You
come
got
running
nothing.
I go to cast Toll the Dead out, and I realize nothing happens. At that moment, for my bonus action, I'm going to cast Misty Step and go back on the other side of him 30 feet.
No.
So now I'm in front of him, gone, because I don't want him hitting me.
All right. Edgar,
Yeah.
you've kind of wormed your way in here. You did cast a magic missile. This guy is still standing. He's bleeding fairly profusely from the slash he took on the back from Anka.
Okay.
You have an opportunity here to do some damage or do some sort of an attack.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, let me see what I'm gonna go ahead and just cast Firebolt on this gentleman. And hopefully that'll be enough to put him out of
On this gentleman.
on this gentleman.
So polite.
It's 11 points of fire damage. With this man.
All right, so as you kind of pulled out this firebolt, you fire your hands forward, and this bolt of fire comes flying out of your hands, screeching across, and it hits him and engulfs him in flames, and within like 2 seconds, he falls to a pile of ash.
Yeah.
He is vanquished. So you guys have vanquished the 5 enemies here. They are all dead.
I will cast. Let me see here. What's it called? Cure wounds.
You'll cast a Mountain Dew spell on all of us.
Yes,
apparently?
cure wounds on Thokk, and it doesn't matter because it's 1d8 plus 7, so minimum is 8. And I believe he has 8 points of damage already off of him, so
All
that'll
right,
fully heal him.
he is fully healed. So as you stand over him, waving your hands, you can see the heal wound up. It
You mean the
closes
wound
up,
heal
okay?
up.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
And we're talking about Thokk, right?
Yes. All right.
Yeah, everybody
All right.
in the chat is really sympathetic toward Thokk.
Yeah.
Well, he's completely healed right now. All right. Being mindful of the time, Katie. I see we have about 20 minutes left, okay?
No worries. I can be
All
a little late if need be.
No, we can wrap this up fairly quickly, but you guys still have a challenge in front of you. So after, I would assume you guys would carefully scour the areas and go into the tents, correctly?
Yeah, plumage
Check out
all the
what's in
dead
the tent.
people. Did the captain have anything good on him?
Yes. So as you went into the tents, the larger tent you see was the quarters. There was 4 beds in there. They were for the 4 soldier hobgoblins. After you carefully searched the area, you found a nice small gold bracelet that is worth 25 gold pieces. There was a very large, fine tapestry that was hanging from the tent that is worth 200 gold pieces.
Ooh.
You also, scattered amongst the beds, found 40 other gold pieces, 24 copper pieces, and an amber gemstone.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right. The smaller tent, which housed Captain Glibnor, you found 56 more gold pieces, and I will annotate all this. 34 silver pieces, a small jewelry box that contained some fine turquoise carved figurines. Also, gathering around Anka, that email I sent you that had that piece of there was a piece of parchment that was also found inside Captain Glibnor's. So if she brings this up,
Please do share.
Oh, please do
Hopefully.
share.
she will hopefully
So
bring
do I
this
just
up.
read it or what?
Sure. Yeah.
You can either read it or because I didn't give you a chance to transfer it and bring it up on screen.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay. So I'll read it. This is what I have been able to discern about the code. 012, one number is correct and well placed. 230, one number is correct but wrongly placed. Oh God. 180, one number is correct and well placed. 314, one number is correct but wrongly placed. Okay, so this is a code, right? We're gonna have to figure out what the code is.
Decipher the code.
Okay, I actually in real life know how to do these things.
Oh, that makes
Perfect.
yeah.
It's kind of like Minesweeper almost.
So she has found this parchment. It is Adolf's key. It is a key code, as you guys have all discovered.
Yeah.
And as careful examination of the clearing that you guys have just been through, the mound that I had talked about, there is a doorway. And to the right of the doorway is a small dial. It is about circular. It's about 12 inches, but it is almost like 3 dials in one. There is an outer ring, an inner ring, and then an inner circle. And on each one of these is numbered 0 through 9.
Okay, I think
And
I
they
got the
do
code.
move. They do move.
What code
See-
shall we
See
try?
if I'm right. The code is 320.
So as you move the dials and you move 3 to the outer, 2 to the middle, and 0 on the inside, nothing happens.
Oh,
Shit.
Owen
no.
steps up to the dial, gives it a quick look, and he will dial 102.
So he moves the dial to 102. Nothing happens.
Okay, one correct.
It must be 120.
2, 1, and 0 are correct. Okay, so everything else is.
You want to
not-
try, Edgar?
Well,
This is not. This is not.
Yeah. I don't have the paper, so I'm like,
yeah. I mean, this
I
is.
will try 120.
Or 210.
Nothing happens on either one of those.
God.
Okay, hold on.
Trying to go by memory with everything that was in that letter.
Okay, 012. One number is correct and well placed.
Okay.
So of that, one number is correct but wrongly placed. 230. So the 3's got to be in there, but wrongly placed. One number is correct on 180 and well placed.
021. While she's correlating, Owen will try another combination.
You spin the dial and nothing happens.
Anybody got like lock picking tools?
We'll try 012.
yeah, Anka does.
Yeah.
How about 012?
Yeah, this is
Nothing happens.
What the hell?
No.
So we know that.
All right, read that again. I
Yeah.
got my
Read that
paper
again.
now.
I'm ready.
Yeah, we got papers now, Anka. Read us that
No.
parchment again,
Thank you.
please. Well, I love you, sis, but thank you. Don't help me.
I
recall.
thought I had code deciphering abilities in real life, but apparently they've been not great.
Eroded by time. So
Sure
0
forth.
and 2 is correct but wrongly placed. A number is wrongly placed, right?
Read us the parchment again, please, Anka.
One number is 012.
Okay.
One number is correct
Okay.
and well placed. So 012. So one of those numbers is in the right place and correct, but we don't know which one. And then
Okay.
the second clue is 230. One number is correct but wrongly placed. That's why I assumed that it was 2 was the last number.
What's
Oh,
the 2
shit.
or 0?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Go on.
Because that's the only other, or the 0, right? Or the 0 was going to be at the 2 is going to be at the end, or the 0 is going to be at the another place.
Beginning, right? And the third
Yeah.
one was
And the third one was 180. One number is correct and well placed. Well, it could have an 8 in there, I guess. I had ruled out the 8.
10110. I will try.
As he spins the dial, nothing happens. I will give you a clue. What Tracy just said. What Tracy just said, she was onto something.
The 2.
Because I'm a code cracker. I just don't do it under pressure. I do it in thoughtful mindfulness. What about 082? Let's try that one.
Yeah.
She spins it and nothing happens.
Of course.
Oh no. Okay.
What'd you try? 082? 280. 280.
No.
Nothing happens.
No, because 2 is wrongly placed, but correct. So 0, 1, 2. So there's got to be a 0, 1, 2 correct, and then wrongly placed is going to be something that is correct, but wrongly
0,
placed
2,
2, 3, 0.
So it's 0 something.
I don't have
And then
that.
one number is correct and well placed.
Where are you
on-
guys getting the 0 from?
The first one.
I don't know. I think
One
that-
number is correct and well placed.
Yes.
Yeah, it
That's all
says
it
0,
says?
1, 2.
That's all it says?
0, 1, 2. One number is correct and well placed.
You're just
Okay.
assuming it's the 2 or the 0? Okay.
Well, we were assuming all of them are correct. Well, one number is correct, but and well placed. So we have to not rule out 0, 1, or 2. So we have to keep that in our minds. And then the second line says 230, one number is correct, but wrongly placed. Let me check the chat really quick and see if somebody has an idea.
Someone save us from ourselves.
1, 2,
Okay,
3.
Van Strife is saying 1, 2, 3, but I think he might be kidding.
That did not work. It was a nice effort.
Ask the
0.
audience if it wants to be a millionaire.
081.
081 does not work.
One number is correct.
What do we have? Van Strife
on,
is saying
chat.
force break the lock.
Oh, why don't we just do that?
I think it's time. Could we call that wood sprite back and see if the wood sprite knows how? Just be like, hey, tree tour.
Treat.
Yeah, Anka, you've got these locksmithing tools. Can you just pick this lock?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, why do I need to do this code thing? And I didn't even get any. Well, I kind of got the advance warning, but I'm doing like about a million things at once.
All right, for essence of speed, this lock cannot be picked. It cannot be. This doorway cannot be forced open, nor can it be magically opened. I will tell you, 8 is in the right spot.
8 is in the right spot. Okay.
So 8 is the second digit,
8 is
Right.
the second.
just for speed's sake.
We're not mathletes. You know,
280.
Mathletes, yeah.
we're not. Yeah. It's not the
That did not work.
strong suit. All right. Correct and well placed in this one. So either the 0 or the 2 from 0, 1, 2 has got to be right.
So it's either 0, 8.
Okay, so the 8 is in the middle. So the third
8.
one is already fulfilled. One number is correct, but wrongly placed is going to be. There's got to be a 3 or a 1 or a 4 in there.
No magic spells can be used against this door, man.
I don't
No.
know. Is it 382?
I had 283.
So she dials in 382, and
Yeah.
she hears a couple of clicks, but the
Is
door
it-
does not open.
182? Have we done that?
283.
Nothing on either one of those.
So sad.
081.
No, it's got to be 38 something.
38 something.
Or 38 is
Yeah.
okay. Is it 38 something, Dungeon Master?
No,
3.
Okay, so is it blank 82?
Oh my
that's a
God.
strong possibility.
Okay,
Blank 82. Well, there's
What
only
did you
so
What
many
did you
more
say,
numbers.
Katie?
So it's gotta be
182.
something 82, right?
182.
Because I tried that one and it didn't work, right?
082.
No.
38.
It's got to be 0.
Well, we keep the 8 and the 2, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We just keep turning that one dial,
Statistically, we're good. There's only a few digits.
right?
3,
So we'll keep the
2,
yeah.
So as you click the 8 and the 2 on the inner two circles, and you
Yeah.
start shifting the outer circle from 0 to 1 to
Yes.
2 to 3. Once you click it to 4, all of a sudden the keypad pushes itself in, and this huge stone door opens, and you see stairs going down.
Oh no. Okay.
The code, yes, Sammy Pantheon has it, 482.
Sammy Pantheon. A real hero. A mensch.
Yes. So now there are stairs heading down, and at the bottom of the stairs there is a door. Also being mindful of the time, we have 15 minutes here. That's okay.
Oh, good.
That's all right.
And you thought it wouldn't be complicated enough, Dungeon Master.
Oh, sorry, there's loud sounds in my house. Hold up.
Well, those are the same sounds that are coming from beyond this door. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So, what say you guys? You got some stairs heading down.
Luna or the mouse, we could send them in to go have another look.
Yeah, I'll send Princess on another mission.
Yeah.
Okay.
Princess.
So let's do
As she
that
brings
roll.
Princess out of her bag, the owl sees it and scoops it up. No, I'm joking.
No,
Princess
let's.
last hurrah.
Yeah. All right. So let's do that roll again, Katie, and let's see what happens.
All right, my animal handling.
Yes, let's do that. Where were we on that? That was a. Where were you?
One.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
No, unfortunately, this time I have rolled a 7, which is not ideal.
All right, so your mouse goes down. Princess jumps down each one of the steps, comes back,
Yeah.
and you're like, I have no clue what the heck the princess just said to me.
Princess is talking crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gibberish. Don't know. It's mouse talk. She might want cheese. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it sounded a little cheesy to me.
Yeah.
So you guys are
Luna?
still at the opening of this doorway. You can see down to the bottom. There is a door.
Yeah.
A big, large, 10-foot tall wooden door. You can perceive it as a very large door.
So let's walk down the steps, like SWAT style, Thokk in the lead, and then we got Edgar with his hand on Thokk, right?
No,
Anka
no.
with her hand on Edgar, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
we'll listen at the door.
Oh, well, there you go. Somebody wants to use their head here.
Yeah.
So what you hear on the other side is some very large footsteps shuffling from one end of the room to the other. You hear some grunting. Could be somebody eating something. Not sure.
Thokk, see if that door handle's unlocked. Carefully, just to see if it's unlocked.
It is not locked. There's no keyhole on it, anyways, for it to be locked. Obviously, whoever put this door here felt fairly secure that the code that you guys, cracked to get in here was security enough.
Yeah.
Now, Scott, Owen, you want to press this? I can't never pronounce that word.
Prestidigitation.
Open up the door for us while we'll step back a couple feet. He's got this magical hand that'll open up the door for us.
Yep. I can absolutely do that.
You can.
Matter of fact, instead of using my prestidigitation, I will cast my cantrip Mage Hand, which is just a little more. You just need
It's
to
a
get
little bit
feel.
more powerful. Well, that's
Yeah.
good because that was a pretty heavy door. Prestidigitation might not have opened it, but your spell turns the handle. It's a little bit bigger handle, so you gotta, it's not this, it's this. That's what she said. Sorry, children. So the handle turns, and it's. Are you gonna push the door open?
Absolutely. Slowly, as hopefully
Slowly.
not
So you're slowly. And you're starting to hear more and more that is emanating from this room, and you can ascertain that there's just one creature in this room.
Who, can't somebody disguise themselves?
For sure.
Make themselves look like somebody else?
Scott can cast a spell on anybody to make them look like something else.
Cast a spell on Thokk and make him look like the captain.
Oh.
Let him go in, and then the big guy probably won't think nothing of it, because obviously if the door's not locked, they're not conflicting with one another. You might get a surprise attack or something.
All right.
Is that what you want me to do?
Well, it's up to you. We're all just making suggestions here, whispering to one another.
I could try and charm him. Charm person.
What's your charm?
It's a charm person.
Yeah.
Must make a wisdom saving throw.
I've got a lot of charm.
I gotta say, Mark's idea was pretty fucking stellar because Thokk is a half orc. He can speak orc.
I like it.
All
Yeah.
right, we can do that. I
Let's
can
do
only
it.
do if I'm going
Not like I'm trying to push you guys one way or the other, but I
Right.
gotta say that was pretty
I want
freaking
everyone to be
ingenious.
clear
Well,
that
wait for it. Yeah, let's do it.
for prestidigitation, the way the spell works, it's minor illusions. So I would only be able to transform perhaps Thokk's face. The rest of his body will look normal the way he is.
Oh.
Because prestidigitation isn't this glorious. I can't just make a whole person. So like,
What
like
kinda-
a
what
1
ki-
foot by 1 foot square. So that would roughly be. I would say I could do his face.
Could I willingly cast polymorph on him?
There you go.
This spell
Absolutely.
transforms the
There you go. That would work better.
in range to a new form.
We could try that.
I'll polymorph this man.
All right, let's do
See what you wanted to say. Polymorph,
probably-
son of a bitch.
Nothing is off limits
see.
on calming the
The
chaos.
priest will say it for you. Don't worry about it.
Wow, that's a pretty powerful spell.
Yeah, it is. That's like
Okay, and it goes up to 60 feet. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a creature you can see into a new form. So you don't really need to make the wisdom saving throw because
Okay.
he wants to do it.
right. He's a willing creature.
He's a willing creature. All right, so we'll polymorph this young man into.
All right. So Edgar has cast the polymorph spell
Yeah.
onto Thokk, and Thokk now looks like Captain Glibnor.
Yeah.
And what are you going to have Thokk do then?
Sammy, I don't think Edgar would like that too much. He wanted you to throw your mouse at him.
No! This creature is limited in the actions it can perform by the nature of its new form. It can't speak, cast spells, or take any other action that requires hands or speech. That was a detail I probably should have mentioned before I cast this spell. This limits our options a little bit. But I don't know. The targets. So basically, while polymorphed, Thokk has the stats of Captain Glibnor and the traits. So Thokk
How about-
roll down.
How about we just have Thokk,
Yeah.
he's transformed, okay? So he looks like, tell the stone guy, we need him upstairs. We'll all go back upstairs and hide.
Okay.
As he comes up, we'll all just ambush him. Thokk will get the, backstab, and then we can all ambush him.
That's out.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
All
'Cause
right.
he can speak the language, right?
Yes, because this is not a hobgoblin. This is an orc. Is a very large orc. His name is Bruntai. And so Thokk enters the room looking like Captain Glibnor. Bruntai looks at him and says, "Captain, why are you not up guarding the entrance?"
Thokk says, there's been some problems. I need you upstairs.
"Problems, that is why I have hired you. Our boss would not be happy with problems. What is this issue you need dealt with by me?"
Thokk says, it's nothing that I can explain. You must see for yourself. Follow me.
I like it.
Okay. So, he believes you. You have made a... Oh, let me double check. Oh, yeah. He definitely believes you. So he goes back to the other end of the room, and at the other end of the room you see there is a bed and a writing desk with paper scrawled upon it. He grabs his weapon and heads up, and he says, "After you, Captain Glibnor." So, Thokk heads up the stairs, and Captain Bruntai walks up the stairs after him. I imagine two of you went to the left side of the door, two of you went to the right side of the door. Thokk comes out first. To you guys, it looks like Captain Glibnor, but you know it's not because he's dead. His skull got crushed. And then a few moments later, here is Bruntai. He's about 8 feet tall. He's a big dude. Obviously, that's why they had to have a 10-foot door down there. He's very large, wearing some half-plate armor and carrying a very large weapon. So, two of you to the left, two of you to the right. You have the advantage. He's completely surprised. You four will get to attack first.
Wonderful.
Thokk, he has his back turned to him. He will not get an attack because he has to turn around.
Okay.
So, Father Hand, you've been very vocal in this. I will allow you to choose what you want to do first.
I'm gonna get handsy with the guy.
Oh, this is a perfect opportunity.
Yes.
You are within 5 feet.
Okay.
Does he doesn't get a saving throw on that, does he?
Let me see.
Or do you have to... I'm going to double check that right quick. Where are you at? Father, you're over here. I have you front and center.
It just says make a melee spell attack. Oh, you gotta make a melee spell attack. Yeah, you do have to roll.
Yeah, you have to do a roll. Roll to attack and see if you can hit Bruntai.
Bruntai. Here we go. When... Here we go, I think, because we're ready. Are we ready?
Oh, there you go. Holy
Well, how many did it roll?
I don't know. You roll like 12. I don't know. You only need to roll one,
That's
dude.
one hell of a spell.
Isn't it?
What did you get?
11?
Is that an 11 or a 13?
13.
13 plus 4, right?
Yes.
All right. Roll your damage. Now, you are attacking him, I'm assuming, using a level 2 touch, right?
Correct.
All right. How are you touching him? Because I've heard some rare stories about how people touch people and kill them with this. Uh-oh, somebody's calling.
Yeah, we'll decline it.
Okay.
So it's 3d10?
Oh, you're going to use it as a level 1 then? You're not going to use a level 2?
Oh, yeah, level 2. 4d10,
All right,
right?
4d10. Roll it.
2, 3, 4. Because we got to do it 4, so now we can get the multiples, right?
Correct.
Here we go. I'll just have to tell you.
Yeah, because I saw a 1 in there.
9, 7, 3, 1. No. Yeah, no, 9, 7, 3, 5. 9, 7, 3, 5. The 7 looked like a 1. 9, 7, 3, 5. That's pretty
9,
good.
7, 3, 5. 9, 7, 3, 5, 19. 24?
Yes.
Okay.
9, 7, 24.
Who's next? Because that did not kill him.
Is this creature facing Owen?
No, he's coming up the stairs. So think of yourself as coming up the stairs, and you're going to scare somebody, and there's 2 people to the left and 2 people to the right. Father Hand reached out and touched him, and since this guy's like 8 feet tall,
Hey,
you know, he kind of touched him on the hip, and
Okay.
you know he screams, and he starts to turn his head to the right because that's where Father Hand was. So now his back is kind of turned behind the other 2. So I don't know who was on Uncle, or not, I want to say Uncle Owen. What am I saying that for? Father Hand's side. I'm just going to roll a die. You guys didn't just tell me who's going to be there, so I'm just going to say 1 to 2 would be Anka, 3 to 4 would be, okay, so 3 to 4.
As long as I can see him, I will...
Edgar, you were on the same side as Father Hand, so now Bruntai you have an opportunity either here to cast some sort of a spell or do a hand-to-hand, right in front of you attack.
Yeah. I'm debating, y'all. I could keep doing magic missiles just because those are effective. Or I could try and do something a little sneaky, like maybe try and get a good dagger in it, like his Achilles tendon, and see if we can hobble him back down. But that's not a guarantee. What do you think?
As a wizard, you usually try to stay in the back, so I would just... this is just magic to do the missiles.
Yeah, let's do it.
Or fireballs or something like that.
I know. I have a lightning bolt, but that's going to get everybody. Tap us all.
I already burnt my head here from the last fireball.
I'll
All right.
go ahead and do a 3rd level magic missile, and that's going to give us 5 darts. So that'll do 15 force damage.
All right. So he's still standing.
Oof.
So as Father Hand touched him on the hip,
37,
he
42.
cries out in pain. He turns his head, and as he turns his head, there's boom, 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 boom. these darts hit him. His back is now completely turned towards Anka and Owen.
Anka. Get him.
Get him.
Hey.
Damn, I need to use my crossbow, right?
No.
No?
You're too close.
Shit.
His back's to you. Just
Oh, I just need
get
a
him
dagger.
with the dags. Yeah.
Hit him with the dags. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do
Love
this.
The priest loves all the blood.
Well, I rolled an 8.
All right, roll one more time because that missed.
And I got 2 daggers,
Oh, I
right?
forgot to bless it.
Yes.
I rolled another 8. I have to be honest. Yeah.
She needs another 20-sided die. That one's not kind to her. You missed with both your daggers,
She
so
needs to roll the 100-sided.
yeah. So Owen, what say you?
I will cast Toll the Dead on him. He will need
Toll-
to make a wisdom save.
Oh, a wisdom save. Oh, on an orc war chief. That shouldn't be too difficult.
Correct. And with him already having damage on him, I do 1d12 damage. So as soon as I hit,
There's my great roll.
Ooh,
Whoops.
that's pretty good.
That's what I rolled.
Oh.
What is it? 1d12?
Yeah.
Why don't you roll it? See how much damage you did, because he obviously did not save.
I did too. Woohoo!
You rolled a 2?
I rolled it too.
All right, well, he's still alive. And everybody has done their attack. Thokk has now turned around. Let's roll for initiative between Thokk and the Orc War Chief. Because now they are basically going to be face to face.
Scotty gets to roll for Thokk.
You better roll good.
19.
19. I guess that beats my 2. So Thokk has the advantage, and Thokk may roll to attack the war chief.
An 11.
He gets a bonus. What is his bonus? Is it +6?
For the longsword, is it?
Oh, he gets a +8 with his magic longsword. So that's
Yeah.
a 19, right?
Yep.
Oh, he hit.
Nice.
Barely. So what's the damage?
Barely.
Is it
8
1d8 plus
plus
6?
6.
Is that going to do him in?
I
It
hope
depends.
so.
7.
Plus 6. 13,
He's dead.
14.
He is dead.
Dead.
So as you guys had cast a spell, and he looks like Captain... I can't even remember the guy's name. Anyways, walk up the stairs. As he's walking up, Thokk moves into the clearing. Father Hands touches the orc chief, Bruntai, on the hip. As he touches him on the hip, he cringes and turns towards Edgar, who fires 5 little bolts of magic missiles at him. Pew, 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 hitting him. Anka then leaps out to stab him with 2 daggers, and she misjudges her jump and undershoots. Owen then turns to fire his whatever spell it is. I can't even remember what spell it is.
Well, magic missiles. Or no,
Yeah.
Toll
Oh,
of
it
the
was
Dead.
Toll of the Dead.
Yeah.
And that crippled him down and bent him over. And that gave Thokk just enough time to pull out his longsword and make one swoosh downward, crushing him across the neck and chest and slaying the orc chief Bruntai. He now lay there, dead.
Can Thokk take his sword, or is it too big?
There's nothing magical about the sword that Bruntai
okay.
is holding. There is nothing special.
Owen
But-
remembered him gathering papers up before he left the room. There was any scrolls or anything with that paperwork?
So as you go back into the room that Bruntai was in, careful examination finds a bunch of gold and silver and copper. But you also found a bed, and at the foot of the bed was a chest.
Ooh.
Inside the chest was a potion of greater healing, a potion of water breathing. There was some bracers of archery, and a necklace of prayer beads. Okay. And as you guys were checking out the chest and oogling and ogling over this loot that you guys had found, Owen went over to the desk. And on the desk, he found some papers. Yes, there were some papers, but stashed underneath the desk was a small pouch. It was hidden. And inside that pouch was an amulet.
Hey.
Yes.
Oh, freaking who?
All right.
Let's see. What is it? Okay. So one of the papers that was on the desk, written in Orcish, it was regarding another artifact. Or actually, it was regarding two other artifacts. One was called, what did I say it was called? Yes. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes here. So you do know that the amulet you have found is the Amulet of Faith, okay? And you are tasked to bring this back to Father Vistith in the town of Bolton Vale, right? If you decide to do that, he will reward you. You could also choose to just keep it for yourselves, but that's up to you. But scattered amongst these papers that are on the desk, Owen has found out that there are two other amulets that could be retrieved, and that somehow Bruntai's boss was in the process of trying to gather all three amulets. Combined together, they would create the Necklace of Pure Immunity.
Ooh.
Easter egg, if you guys choose to go on another adventure here. So, one of the notes on the desk spells out exactly where to go to get a clue towards the second amulet. It is in the town of Cardum, to seek out the wise wizard Mercerk the Wise inside the town of Cardum, which is a good 300 miles away. It's quite a ways away. Or you could just, call it good. We're done. So,
Yeah,
whatever you guys...
in the interest of time, we probably should, maybe we could reconvene in another time.
That's what I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that we got the amulets. That was really pretty much the goal. I didn't know that there was 3, but now that we've got them, I think we can just shake each other's hands, clap, and actually have like some applause or something. Yeah, exactly.
So the choice is yours. Will you return the amulet to the father in the town? Or are you going to keep it?
We're gonna have to figure that out later. Oh, we're
3.
we gotta think about that and then maybe reconvene.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. While you're thinking about it and discussing what to do next, in the next day or so, I will gather up all the gold and experience you guys have acquired. I will also possibly hand out some bonus experience for some intuitive thinking and whatnot. And
how about bad dice rolling? Do you?
I may have to.
You're gonna have to
penalize those of you who had bad dice rolling there. And,
you gotta spank me for bad dice rolling.
Yeah, that'll come later. Sorry,
all
children.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, it's been real. I'm glad we got the amulets, and I know Katie has to go, and we do too. I did not even expect this stream to go over an hour.
But it's bedtime.
Yeah, no, we gotta go see the movie, dude. We gotta go. Like, we're in costume. We're gonna go see the movie.
That's awesome.
All right, guys.
I apologize for the length, Katie, but thank you for sticking around. I appreciate it.
Nobody has to apologize for their length. I mean, come on. We all.
That's what she said.
Sorry, children.
But we do appreciate your time, Katie. Thank you so much.
We have
I'm
a
so glad
question
you're into this.
The YouTube. Sammy wants to know if we will be doing another live stream.
Absolutely.
In the future, we will plan. I think what the plan now is we're all going to head back to town, camp out, and discuss amongst us for the next morning what our next move is going to be for our next adventure. And I'm sure it will be live streamed. and we'll decide, do we want to go after the other amulets or whatnot. So yes.
Edgar, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Pastor Mark, Owen, DM, Anka, it's a delight. What a joy.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me along.
Absolutely, and we were grateful to have you here. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream with my amazing outro. Thank you all for joining Calming the Chaos, and have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to this special edition of Calming the Chaos, Dungeons and Dragons Adventure in Chaos. We appreciate you. If you like what you see, please consider subscribing and sharing it with your friends. And although this chaos adventure ends, we appreciate our friends. And so now, let the chaos end.